Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to J&J Squared Circle Wrestling Updates and Commentary. This is for our SmackDown recap for 5/28/2019. I want to welcome everybody to the show. Please like and subscribe and hit the bell for notifications on future shows. John,
Yes.
what's up, buddy?
What's up? How you doing? How's everyone doing out there today?
Yes, indeed. So we had another SmackDown go down in Tulsa, Oklahoma, which I'm surprised the stadium's still there, considering all the tornadoes happening out there right now. It's quite crazy.
Because it's not a trailer park. That's why.
Yeah. So let's just jump into it. Yeah. Let's just jump into it. So right off the bat, we had Kevin Owens show up, and he was basically talking a whole bunch of nonsense about the crowd, saying, he wanted to really start he wanted to start off SmackDown with a KO show, but everybody there didn't deserve it, blah, blah, blah. He said that he's basically making it a habit of attacking people. KO.
Good French Canadian.
KO, I think, is just killer on the mic.
He is.
Yeah. I mean, it just feels real.
Yeah. No. He's very, very believable.
Yeah.
Go ahead.
He literally like he doesn't actually have a problem talking noise about your gimmick.
No, he doesn't. No.
I mean, he doesn't just talk about you, he actually talks bad about the characters, like habits, like their catchphrases, and I don't know if there's anybody else out there that does that. I mean, when was the last time we saw that?
I don't remember. I know Sami Zayn's trying to, but he's no KO.
No, I think the only time I can really remember that kind of happening, it happened in joking form, like when The Rock did it, when I am the game.
Die.
Or DX doing it, to the nation.
He's like, he puts on the Austin hat. I'm gonna sit in my truck, listen to some Backstreet Boys, have myself some Steve Weisers, blah blah blah.
Yeah.
Backstreet Boys, huh?
Listen to some Backstreet Boys. Instead of like the Oak Ridge Boys, it was the Backstreet Boys. Anyway, KO, I think is supernatural on the mic. He's really good. I really like it. Kofi comes out and basically says enough with the lying. Kevin said that he didn't attack Big E, but everyone knows he's lying, just like he lied about wanting to be a part of New Day. Kevin is a liar, and now he's out here saying he will soften him up for Dolph.
For who? Dolphin?
Honestly, if we weren't talking about wrestling, that comment could be taken out of context.
Could be. I'm gonna soften your ass up for Dolph.
Yeah, right? Like, okay. We're not judging. Well, Dolph would. Hey, I will say this. At the end of the match, Dolph was wearing a gay pride shirt. I'm not judging. But, coincidence that we were just able to make those two connections? I don't know. Anyway, moving on. So it was basically leading into a Kofi Kingston and Kevin Owens match. So naturally, you guys, it's Kevin Owens. He's a
It
good.
was a good match. I liked it. I thought it was a good match for it being the opener and a non-title. I
That
swear to God,
that
I think
somersault he did was clean.
yeah. I will say this. I think he's the best Canadian that ever came out of Canada, even over Bret Hart.
The best there is, the best there was, the best there ever will be.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
Wow.
Because he's not 1, 2, 3. You know, I mean, sorry, Brett. You know, just you were.
Even over the Blue Blazer.
Well, that character just fell flat. You know, what I mean,
So the winner of that match was Kofi Kingston, and just like we said earlier, after the match, it goes back to the locker room. Dolph Ziggler's standing there, basically watching the whole match, shakes his head, blah blah blah. And then we got Shane McMahon standing backstage with Elias, Drew McIntyre, and tonight, John, if you didn't know, was Shane McMahon Appreciation Night. Yeah.
You know what? I was.
I mean, he is the best of the world, the best in the world.
I was excited. He beat Miz twice.
Twice.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, can't deny it.
Yeah.
And then you cut to R-Truth.
Or who?
And with his 24/7 European title.
Hardcore.
And Carmella, they're backstage. Truth says it's run Truth run ever since he won the European title. Basically they just keep running. They keep hiding, trying not to get
I have
pinned.
something to say about that, but I'm going to keep it to myself. So,
And
let's move on.
And then we had a really, really exciting segment with Daniel Bryan and Rowan. And Daniel Bryan basically said that he wanted to divorce Brie and marry Rowan's beard.
Didn't he tug it a little bit? Just
That's not entirely true, but I think it would make for a pretty good storyline. They made a joke. Rowan talked. He made a joke. It was kind of okay. That was a joke, big guy. If you say so.
Well,
and,
thank you WWE writers for that.
And then Daniel kind of took over the whole thing and was basically saying that everybody in Oklahoma was, fat and ignorant humans eating. This is exactly what he said. Fat, ignorant humans were eating hot dogs. They didn't realize that was a hyper-intelligent pig named Wiggles.
Wilbur.
Nope, it was definitely Wiggles.
Oh, okay. Well, no, was he wrong about that?
Well,
I mean,
it
people
said
in Oklahoma,
while they were eating hamburgers, they didn't realize that was a nurturing cow. And they didn't realize that all the beautiful creatures have names. Just like he and Rowan do.
Yeah, that's right. The cow was
that I don't know about you, but that just tugged right at my heartstrings. By the way, after we do this show and we end it, I have to run back into the kitchen because I have bacon cooking right now, and I need to get back to that. So we need to keep moving on. And then he says the people of Oklahoma are worse than anybody. Let's just add that in.
Is he wrong?
I don't know. So anyway, they go into fracking and all kinds of stupid stuff.
What the hell is that anyway?
And then Heavy Machinery comes out, and they Otis is doing something stupid in the ring. I don't even know what he's doing, but it was just god awful. It was really difficult to watch. but Heavy Machinery came out. They basically challenged Daniel and Rowan to a match. Daniel accepted, and he says it's just not going to happen in this godforsaken city. And they got out of the ring and left, and that was basically it.
By the way, Heavy Machinery, I've told you this. I will say this to people. People might agree or not. I consider them today's bushwhackers. They're just a joke. I'm just going to say that. Plain and simple.
But, at the end of the day, though, whether they're a joke or not, Bushwhacker still ended up in the Hall of Fame. So,
oh, God. And who knows what? So did Brutus.
To me, it's an entertainment situation. I think they're entertaining. They made me laugh. Honestly, that whole segment was probably one of the most memorable ones of the night because of the fact that it was just so funny.
What was the most memorable part?
Obviously,
Otis. Otis. Really?
He did that shit was funny. I don't know what the hell he's doing. Anyway, we cut back to backstage, and the SmackDown Women's Champion Bayley is backstage preparing for her match against Lacey. And then you cut to Sonya Deville and Mandy Rose. They're holding Mandy's
magazines.
Her magazine, because she was on. She graced her presence on the cover of Hers magazine, which is basically the female version of Muscle and Fitness magazine. And they're basically handing it. They handed it to the Iconics, and the Iconics like, "Oh, well, would you like a T-shirt?" And they were just like, no, and then they left. And they just left them standing in the dust, and then they pass out every one of them to Amber Moon just to make her mad, and Amber Moon throws them all on the floor. Sonya Deville groped her boob. We caught that. That is true. You can look that up. If you can go back and look at your recordings, you guys, you can totally see it. Sonya Deville groped her boob.
Didn't she grope Peyton Royce or
it is possible. I didn't see that one, but I clearly saw the Amber Moon one.
Yeah.
I'm just putting it out there, guys. And then that's basically the end of that segment. Mandy Rose.
How much do you think Sonya Deville enjoyed that?
Well, considering the situation. So, we cut into this match here. You got Mandy Rose versus Carmella. And this match here, obviously Mandy was with Sonya Deville. This match here was just a basic, non-exciting match. Had no real moves to it. Had no real. Didn't really have much of anything.
It was probably maybe 3-4 minutes of nothing.
Yeah, and it it was the dumbest ending too, because
the ending, I enjoyed the ending.
Well, the very end, but how it came to that point was really dumb, because Sonya Deville basically jumps up on the mat and distracts Carmella, and then Carmella gets rolled.
Well,
it's just like, that's a stupid. That was just dumb. It looked flubby. You know what I mean? Like, it just didn't. It just wasn't a believable sell in terms of her being distracted and things. It just didn't make any sense. And then on top of that, Mandy Rose basically dry humped her butt, while she had her rolled over. So it's
and we're not lying about that, folks. Please go check it out.
And they even showed it
that way.
slow-mo.
You guys know we're not making this stuff up.
So we go back. We go backstage again. R-Truth is running around backstage. He gets attacked by Jinder Mahal. Throws Jinder Mahal into a boiler room. Truth hides in a photo booth. Everybody runs past him. He runs into Drake Maverick, knocks him on the ground.
Drake Maverick knocked himself down.
Yeah, chases. Chase continues, and then it cuts to commercial break. Aleister Black came back again, sitting in a dark room, cuts another promo. He says that he's waiting for him to throw out a name to pick a fight with somebody, anybody, but there lies the conundrum. He is sitting, waiting patiently for somebody, anybody, to pick a fight with him.
Now, I have a question. Don't you feel like his promos and Wyatt's promos have just been dragging on way too long? I mean, I really feel like that. I really do.
They're waiting for something.
I don't know. To me, it's just
EC3, maybe? I don't know. I have no idea where they're going with Aleister Black. At this point, dude, have you ever you ever done something and then like as you're doing it, it just kind of like you realize you're kind of just dragging on, but yet for some reason you just can't stop.
yeah. I've
You
done
know what
that
I mean?
with
It's
my
kind of
kid's
like
mom.
being in an awkward conversation with a female, and you started the conversation, but you started out as just sounding like a complete ass. But yet you just keep chatting, you just keep talking.
Oh yeah, several times, especially with my kid's mom.
Yeah, I mean,
Almost
it's
every
just
day.
like, but I mean, like things just get awkward. You know what I mean? Like you know what I mean? It's just kind of like, I don't know, and that's what this kind of feels like. Like now they've dragged it on for so long that they don't know how to end it.
Right.
You know what I mean? So it's like, okay, well, we didn't expect that to work.
Right.
Now what do we do?
Exactly.
I got it. We'll do another one, and then we'll figure it out. And then 4 weeks go by. We'll figure it out next week. I mean, because like we clearly like when Bray Wyatt came out with the Fiend, he was basically in wrestling attire. We were pretty certain that he was going to make his appearance,
Right.
and he never did. And then like with Aleister Black, now he's sitting there like, well, now I'm waiting on somebody. Well, motherfucker, you're the fucking heel. Like,
Right.
you need to be the one to fucking go out there and attack somebody. Be like, look, I'm going to fight you, bitch. It's like, oh, well, look, there's Aleister Black. He's a bad guy. Let's fight.
Right.
That's just stupid. I don't know. It looks stupid for now. Obviously, in time, everything might make sense. But right now, it just looks kind of dumb. Shane McMahon... huh?
Have you ever heard the saying, once you go black, you'll never go back? Right? Well, I'm sure with Aleister Black, that's the complete opposite. I'm just saying. Yeah. Moving on. Go ahead.
Honestly, I think that was one of those conversations that I was talking about where you got started and you knew you were going to go nowhere with it, but you're like, I got to commit. I'm going to commit to this 100%. I think you just made my point, hook, line, and sinker, in terms of like...
And there you go.
Because I think you're like, in my head, this sounded absolutely brilliant, but as it was coming out of my mouth, it's like, this is pretty fucking stupid. I'm just going to say it anyway.
Yeah, pretty much.
Yeah, right? Like, good job, buddy. You know what? This is why we make such a great team here, guys, because honestly, he explained it better than I could.
You're welcome. Everyone, you're welcome.
All right, moving on. Shane McMahon Appreciation Night. McMahon comes down to the ring with Elias and Drew McIntyre. Hamilton does his stupid Shane McMahon announcement. And
Which he does like all the time.
And I got to give it to that guy, dude. He's got a set of pipes on him to be able to extend out Shane. Got to lay off the cigarettes. Anyway, Drew came up with the concept for tonight. He never considered himself a hero. Starts talking shit about Roman, and out of nowhere, of course, Elias is with him. You guys, Elias, Drew, and Shane are together. And R-Truth interrupts Oh, they had a really long Titantron clip as well,
Yeah.
based on Shane's, just absolute brilliant history with the WWE. And R-Truth interrupts the whole thing, and and this was actually kind of a interesting segment. And Maverick is actually the only guy chasing him now. R-Truth realizes it, puts Maverick's ass in the fucking ground. 1, 2, 3's him. Oh, successfully defended it. And then Shane basically said, "What the fuck are you doing? How dare you?" And then basically sent the hounds on him, attacked him, this and that. And then Elias pinned him and took the 24/7 belt. Became the second 24/7 champion holder.
Third.
That's right, because Titus got it first, then R-Truth. So he became the third one to hold it. And Shane decides that he's going to put R-Truth in a match with Roman Reigns as his tag team partner against Elias and Drew. And that's basically what happened there. So, I will give you this. That happened. And Elias won. Good job, Elias. I'm proud. And
you got that jobber title.
And the next match goes on with with Bayley and Lacey Evans. The sassy Southern Belle versus the Hugger.
If this was made into a movie, I think it would be only for adults.
And Charlotte Flair was playing commentary tonight. Her and Lacey were hanging out backstage playing buddy buddy. And now Charlotte was using, we're classy. Basically stealing Lacey's mannerisms. I think this potentially could have been a better match if they would have let Lacey cut loose with some of her more extravagant moves, because Lacey's got them. She's got some really decent movesets for a tall, because she's about the same height as Charlotte, isn't she? They got about the same body type, too.
I think Tracy has more girth, though.
Lacey?
I'm sorry? Stacy?
Lacey?
Stacy?
Yeah.
Okay. All right.
Yeah, I think Lacey has more strength than Charlotte. I think she's stronger than Charlotte. I mean, not by very much. I mean, but in terms of movesets, Lacey's got it. She's got just as good a moveset as Charlotte does. I really believe Lacey Evans, as her character adapts and grows, she's going to be a much better, not only performer, but she's already got great mic skills. And that's all going to adapt.
Here's the thing I have with the women's division. I think WWE is beginning to give up on it. So I don't think it really matters what she does or what anyone else does.
I mean, they're giving up on the revolution. It's over. It's right. That cow's been drowned. I don't think they're going to give up on it, because they know that there's a lot of people that back the women's division, and there's a lot of people proud of the women's division. Don't know what that was, you guys. Ghosts. Anyway, I'm going to speak on it like this, because it's here, it's now. I'm going to assume that it's going to be here in the future. And that's how I'm going to talk about it and discuss it. I believe Lacey Evans is going to be a powerhouse in the women's division in the future. One, here's my big thing. She's already got a kid.
So do 100 million other women.
Well, what I mean by that is she doesn't want another one. Okay. Charlotte Flair does not have any kids. Bayley, no kids. Sasha, no kids. Natalia, no kids.
But they don't
All
want it
these
though either. That's why.
well, you don't know that because you don't know that because a lot of these women now are starting to get into relationships that are most likely going to go look at Nikki Bella, Bree. Bree wasn't even in her prime, and she decided that she was gonna go her separate ways because she wanted to start a family. Now she's gonna have 2 kids. The Mrs. wife.
A gold digger, by the way. If you guys
Absolutely.
haven't seen Ms. and Mrs., yeah, you'll know exactly what I'm talking about. If you guys have actually watched
But
it.
I mean, at the end of the day, though, it's who's to say what's in the future for these girls, for these women? You know, I mean, they very well could want to go and start a family, you know, and maybe even come back later. Lacey, she doesn't have to worry about that. She's already got that done because she became a mother at an extremely young age. Of course, you know, Lacey was in the military. I believe she was a Marine.
Mhm.
You know, and and I thank her for that service. But you know, so she basically started her family and then got into the wrestling gig. And dude, she's not gonna have any blocks. She's gonna keep going where other people start to fall off.
Right.
And because at some point, you know, these women are going to have to think about their bodies in a way like if they keep taking these kind of bumps, they may not even be able to have kids. So things might change. And that has to play a role. That has to be a factor because these wrestling men, they don't have to worry about that shit. They just get their old ladies knocked up, you know, and get them pregnant. And then they're on the road when their kids are being born. It doesn't affect them very much, you know what I mean? But with the women, they don't have that option. So I mean, and I'm not saying that they shouldn't go out and start families. That's not what I'm saying at all. But that certainly is going to play a factor in their future. You know, and to be honest, that goes to my theory with Charlotte Flair on why they're giving her 9 titles. Potentially 10 at such a young age. And I think that has something to do with it. I really believe that. And so I think Lacey Evans is going to fill a very important role in her throughout her career as she grows and adapts. She has a great future. But I really believe that this particular match, Bayley did outstanding. But if they would have let Lacey cut loose and had more of her extravagant moves in there, this would have been an amazing match. It wound up getting interfered with Charlotte. Bayley punched Charlotte. Charlotte gets in the ring to attack Bayley. Through the distraction, Lacey rolls up Bayley. Ref starts to count. Bayley reverses it. Does this really cool pin on Lacey, and 1, 2, 3s wins it. Charlotte's in the ring talking a whole bunch of shit while Lacey's in there. Lacey ends up attacking Charlotte because she's pissed off. Charlotte boots her in the face, and they're basically just having a stare down. Bayley's laughing up on top of the stage, and that basically ended that.
Do you think that's going to start a new feud after?
I think it's going to create a fatal 3-way.
Triple threat?
Yeah, that's what I meant. Triple threat. Thank you.
Well, I don't know. I mean, I think, what's the names? Casey Evans has to finish a feud with the man.
Well, I mean, yeah, for sure. I mean, I definitely know that, and it is, and if you remember, John, I mean, obviously none of this was filmed, so I really don't have proof of it, but I do have proof of it with John in terms of he'll vouch for this. Back before the Royal Rumble, I predicted that Lacey Evans was actually going to feud with Charlotte at some point. You remember that? And then the Royal Rumble happened. And the first person Lacey Evans went to was Charlotte. You remember that? In the Women's Royal Rumble.
Kind of. Yeah.
I remember it like night and day. And so I'm kind of thinking that there is possible that something's going to happen where Lacey ends up losing to Becky. Charlotte's facing Bayley. Lacey interferes, costs Charlotte the match to where she can't go after it anymore. And then that creates a feud between Lacey and Charlotte. One of them is going to turn face.
Wait, but here's the thing. One of them needs to be on Raw. They do. You know, you can't have both of them on SmackDown or both of them on Raw.
I mean,
because
we know that's not going to happen because there's too much wild card. There's so many people going back and forth. It's retarded.
Oh, true. Okay.
You know, I mean, there's no reason why she can't be. Hell, for that matter, there's no reason why both of them can't be on Raw and SmackDown.
Well, true. Yeah. You know, I keep on forgetting about the wild card thing, but yeah.
Yeah, absolutely. And they're gonna push the stars that are big. They're not gonna push the lame brains and make them go, show to show. Only the big players. And Becky right now is not the big player.
No, she lost that spot.
Yeah, she's not the big player anymore. But I think Lacey. I think that's the future for Lacey. I really believe that. I don't think she's going to win the title. I have a feeling she's going to lose the title, or she's going to lose the opportunity because she's going to lose the match, and then she's going to go after Charlotte Flair. It's possible. Obviously, time will tell. Obviously, these are just lame brain prediction guys, so don't hold us hostage to it.
Can I make a prediction?
Yeah.
If Lacey Evans does not beat Becky Lynch for the title, I can guarantee you someone else will. Guaranteed.
What, that night?
No, I'm saying in general.
Oh.
Guaranteed, guys.
Well, yeah, I agree with that. How can you not agree with that? That's a safe bet, I believe. I don't think you're going to win much money off of that.
I'll put all my money on it.
At the end of the day,
$3 right now.
At the end of the day, Bayley wins that match. As we heard. So we go backstage again. We see R-Truth with Carmella. R-Truth looks hurt because he's, he just got the shit kicked out of him, and on top of that, he lost his title. Video shows up hyping Triple H and Randy Orton's is basically the same exact video that aired on Raw. The Firefly Funhouse came back on. It was the exact same that was on Raw. And then we come to basically the final match of the night. And you got R-Truth, Roman Reigns versus Drew McIntyre and Elias. So
doesn't McIntyre and Elias look like they just searching for that perfect man? Like, look at them. I mean, they look like they're just staring right at them.
Drew kind of looks like he's going to eat somebody.
Yeah. Yeah, he's trying to figure out which one.
This was kind of a wild match. It had a little bit of everything. They attacked R-Truth during R-Truth's entrance, which basically left Roman Reigns. Roman started getting kind of getting over his head. R-Truth finally comes back, helps him out. They go back and forth. It basically ends with Roman pinning Elias. Elias is still in the ring. Drew and Shane are running off because they don't want to get their ass kicked anymore. And R-Truth's in the ring. Roman's in the ring. Elias is in the ring. I didn't mean to leave this out. I'm sorry, you guys. At the beginning of... But at the last segment, when Shane McMahon put R-Truth in this match, he put the 24/7 rules on hold until the end of the match. Now you know where I'm going. Roman spears the holy hell out of Elias, encourages R-Truth to get back and pin Elias. R-Truth crawls to Elias, pins him 1, 2, 3, and becomes a 2-time 24/7 champion.
Right. No, I have a question for you. Since Elias has been doing a lot of the jobbing lately, but in the Shane McMahon thing, do you think they're gonna have this thing to where Shane is gonna dump Elias and Elias is gonna go back to being a face sometime soon?
I mean, it's possible.
I mean, they've already kind of teased it last week when, when Shane said that he didn't need him at what's this called?
Super Showdown.
Yeah, Super Showdown. But he needed Shane in the corner, and he still ended up losing.
I mean, it is possible. I mean, his face turn, his face turn was pretty well received, and then out of nowhere they heel turned him. I mean, just
I forgot the reason why, but yeah,
because of Double J. So, right. I mean, hell, for that matter, it was that face turn that boosted him up, popularity wise, quite a bit. They did the same thing to Rusev. If they make him a face again and they put him up against Shane at some point, maybe SummerSlam, something along those lines, I think that would be a great match. At some point, they're gonna have to throw this man a bone because he's jobbing left and right.
But I mean, so is Miz. He's jobbing left and right.
But the thing is, though, but you know what, though, John? Miz has been around for... This isn't... Miz has been around for a while. He's a Grand Slam champion. I mean... Miz has achieved what he's going to achieve, I believe.
Right,
and I think he knows that. And you know what I think now? I think Miz is at the time of his career. I mean, you got to understand, too. Miz is a super fan. He is a super fan.
Right.
He loves this business. Like, he lives and breathes this business.
Right.
So, I mean, he's just...
No, but
he's ridiculous. So I think he's at that point where he wants to do this stuff. I think he wants the job.
Is it really the right time for him to job since he's got his own show? He's probably.
I mean, here's the thing: he's making a butt ton of money. I mean, he's not broke.
I'm not saying that.
I mean, he's making a lot of money off the show. He's making a lot of money. Well, maybe not a lot of money off of his movies. His movies are kind of shit, but he's making money off of those movies. He's making money on the wrestling. I mean, he's got to be a multimillionaire, so, I really I don't know. I mean, I think Elias, I mean, it's obvious this stable is going to break up at some point.
Of course.
So that's for sure. Somebody in this group is turning a face. I don't think it's going to be Drew. Drew's too good as a heel.
I'm calling Elias. I really am.
I mean, it very well could be Shane.
I don't know. He's the one that seems to be like the bully of the trio. So
well, yeah, but what if he turns and bullies too much? Or what if they're not getting what they want out of him and they just turn on him? I don't know. I don't know. It could go either way. There's three ways that can go. But I mean, you bring up a good point. But anyway, which brings me to this right here. Our actual last and final match of the night. Again, I could switch the pictures around if you guys like, so Please. It makes it look like a different match.
Please.
Yeah. But yeah, so it turned out to be R-Truth versus Elias in a here.
There you go.
In a second match.
That's 2 out of 3.
In a second match of the night, R-Truth gets the pin, becomes a 2-time 24/7 champion, and that pretty much ends the show. Boring show.
I liked it better than Raw. I
did like it better than Raw. I liked it better in Raw because we didn't get a lot of rah-rah.
You've
They
been
don't
getting
have
a lot
the
of promos.
well, they don't have the time for it. They've only got 2 hours, and they got to jam pack a lot of stuff into the show, and they just don't have time to sit there and try to cut promos. And the promos that they do cut got to be short.
Yeah.
They got to be short because they just don't have time to fuck around. So, it was a good show though. I like SmackDown a lot better than I do Raw because Raw just seems to drag on. You hear more of a soap opera
I think
every
last night
week
was
and-
evident of that. It was
yeah.
clear.
It was
it's
very
clear every
boring.
week.
It was hard to
but
watch.
Yeah, last night was just really bad.
Honestly, the one thing about Raw that I was really kind of hoping to get out of it was the fact that I was hoping there would be a lot of clapbacks on in terms of what the AEW stuff was doing, and I didn't get it. Tonight we didn't get anything. We didn't get any AEW reference at all. I think I have a feeling, man, they're just gonna go with that one little old reference and let it go. I don't know, man. I'm a little disappointed by that.
Well, here's the thing. I think they're waiting for when AEW goes on TNT for them to really start taking shots.
It's possible.
I mean, remember, they didn't take shots at WCW right away. They waited, 5,
Yeah, I
6
mean,
months.
I'm not saying look, WWE knows what they got to do to succeed.
Right.
They know what they got to do to keep them at bay. They've got the money, they've got the knowledge, they've got the experience. There's no doubt about it. Obviously, they know more about what they're doing than I do, because at the time I was just a simple kid. I was a fan. So hopefully, I want to see some excitement. I want to see a war. I want to see a war. I want to see them clash. I want to see them talking crap about each other. I want to see it because Dusty Rhodes was on social media today talking complete shit. Dustin Rhodes, whatever.
Dusty died like 4 years ago, dude. Come
on. Big coffin. So, Dustin Rhodes was talking shit again today, saying that WWE is nowhere near hardcore. Showed a picture of his bloody face. This is hardcore, bitch. That's in his words, not mine. And it's just kind of one of those things where, they're constantly taking digs at WWE. When are we going to see it? When are we going to see the retaliation from the company that created the Attitude Era? I mean, but I think you're right. They very well could be waiting for the TV.
You know what? You know why he blessed so much? Well, congratulations, Dustin. You know how to cut yourself. Wow. After 25 years, you learned how to cut yourself correctly. Congrats.
And it was done by a woman.
Done by a woman.
Yeah. So, yeah. So, yeah. I mean, I give the show, I don't know why, 3 stars out of 5.
Is that your favorite number?
Yeah, I don't know, man. It's just, if I could give them 1 star, I would, but I don't think it was that bad. If I could give them 6 stars, I would. But it's,
It wasn't that great.
But,
right. I mean.
But I'm going to give them 3 stars. So,
all right.
It was a good show, but it wasn't like, whoa.
Right. Right. It was just a decent show. It was a solid show tonight. Again, nothing special. You know what I'm wondering is what's going to happen on Monday and next Tuesday, actually, which will be the shows right before Super Showdown. I wonder how those are going to be, honestly.
I mean, they got better storylines. I mean, Triple H is running those.
Well, he's running NXT. Oh, by the way, guys, NXT, they're having a takeover number 117 on Saturday, and we will be there right after the show as well.
Yes, we're gonna actually try to catch the NXT this Wednesday, and we're gonna try to go on for that. And then if we don't come on for that, it's just life happens. We still work full-time jobs. This is something that we do for fun, just try to get just our conversations out there. But we will be covering the NXT takeover for sure. Those are always fun. I really enjoy the NXT guys, man. They got a lot of drive down there.
They do. I really can't wait for some of them to come up to the main roster because apparently WWE, they're not changing their movesets when they get to the main roster. Like with Aleister Black or what's his name, Ricochet. Ricochet, jeez.
That guy's an arrow.
Dude,
he wrestles straight as it is, man. He is so good, man.
Oh, yeah.
Everything is so crisp like an apple, man. He's awesome.
Yeah.
He's awesome. So, all right, you guys. Well, this is going to be the end of our show. John, do you have any last words to say?
Bye.
You guys, thank you guys for coming to J&J Squared Circle. I'm going to say this once again. Please like and subscribe and hit the bell for notifications on future shows, just like it says on the bottom. And check us out on Saturday for sure. Wednesday, we're going to do our best to get a show going for you guys. But if not, Saturday for sure, guaranteed, we will be going on. We'll be covering the takeover show. This has been our.
By the way, if people don't know what the like button is, it's a thumbs up. Just letting you know.
This has been our SmackDown Recap 528 of 2019. Thank you guys so much for joining our show. We will see you next time. Take care, guys.
Take care.